Allora,
If it's a test of courage, that means it's probably gonna be scary, right? So, if we join,
tutto questo è inerente alla
Conrad's
prova
gonna
di
let you
coraggio
go
di
first.
Itto. E a noi per ora non ce ne frega nulla. Andiamo là sopra. Ci siamo.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
E voi chi siete?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tighnari sent us here and...
What? Tighnari?
Mm.
Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tighnari!
Oh, let me see. Ah! Ooh. Seems even Tighnari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha.
Ok. Creiamo la Akasha è questo sistema che collega
Sorry, the Akasha didn't
praticamente...
respond to my query.
Non so se è tutta Sumeru, comunque buona parte di essa ha un hub centrale tipo wifi enorme, gigantesco, un po' come le sta succedendo ora a One Piece.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Surasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
E invece...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain...
But...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try at... And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusan... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom.
Anche sapere quando arrendersi è una forma di conoscenza.
Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tighnari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year. Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the
Quindi
academia,
il suo messaggio
or relations
intrinseco è
between the 6 great
prendetevi
sages,
il
come
tempo
find
per
me.
fare le cose. Magari ecco, accelerate come potete, però non abbiate fretta di ottenere tutto subito.
Hey, come on. This is a survival skill.
Oh, Hyman's expectations were pretty low.
Voi alle 10
So low,
Paimon.
so what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who?
Ad Astra. Ah, Catherine.
Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own
Per forza. Quindi andiamo a raggiungere la Catherine di Sumeru. Facciamo così. Eccoci.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we...
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
Incenso.
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any
Nemmeno
relevant
Catherine può darci
information
una
in the
mano.
Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't...
Please do not worry. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally... An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Per forza.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though, if you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters,
Regzar,
the
nella
Citadel
cittadella
of
di
Regzar.
Regzar.
You're welcome. I wish you two the best of...
Quindi ci dirigiamo nella cittadella di Regzar. Che io so già dov'è più o meno, però non ho preso il teleporto vicino. Molto male. Andiamo a recuperare. Allora, il teleport è di qua. Non so se è qui sopra. Aspetta un attimo, Dice che è per qui, quindi è sotto. Però sotto dove? Aspetta. Ok, forse mi ci sto avvicinando. Ah, è là sopra. Ok. Eccolo. Città di Sumeru. Se c'è un point of view da queste parti. Cazzo, non mi ha fatto attivare il coso, ma mi ha shottato Naida.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about...
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way.
Che troio.
Ha! It's true that the Eremites network is vast, but even I can't help you.
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so.
Mi sembra più
Eremites aren't terribly
un discorso di
religious, so we don't know much
patata
about
bollente
divinities.
che
As far as the Akasha goes,
effettiva
we can
ignoranza.
access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in less.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugudevada.
Ok.
In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugudevada. And not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance.
Non è mai
And the
apparsa.
Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just...
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that...
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her
Dottore.
reputation among people.
Alright, well...
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Dopo aver lasciato la città di Rexar, interroghi diverse persone per sapere cose.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information
Accolto
non-stop
nel
ever since
segno,
we got to
Paimon.
Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Eccola.
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we
Capo
can
del
meet
fan
with her?
club di Kusanali.
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him.
Ci vogliono più morti di Genshin. Sì, effettivamente ce ne vorrebbero. O mi metto a farle,
Panicked by what he heard,
cercando magari degli sticker a giro e poi li converto in
with the
PNG.
wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon.
Addirittura.
Oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Che è successo? Ha visto cose, ha visto.
Hey, wait!
Suppongo.
What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was... this stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord... Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Ok.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
Poi a Paimon che snitch sei però. Ah no,
That should
ok.
keep him busy for a while.
Il sentiero della Dea. No, Barbara, non si fa. Ecco.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately... Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
More of them? Then what do we...
No, wait, My body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for...
Ok. Entra nella taverna. Fa una cosa.
Ready, steady, go! Let's dance.
Accogliente come
We
taverna.
made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Salve.
My lady, who are these two?
Ah, Deia, carissima.
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Poi a Deia, mamma mia, dottore. Battute incredibili. Comunque, a parte la frangia sfasciamaroni.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she
Comunque,
returns home safe
il
and
ciuffa X
sound.
è che ti proprio, cioè, gli occhi ti vengono altro e strabici. Comunque per le emoji rende bene l'idea.
My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey, Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Cazzata,
Stay
prima.
out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my
Ah, una
employees.
guardia del corpo,
I
Deia.
have to answer to them.
A parte che c'ha la pupilla color carne, la ragazza.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to, because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents.
Addirittura.
This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip.
you should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
Vedi? Aia.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things are...
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
Tocca.
I'm sorry for worrying you too. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Ma visto che ci siamo.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Allora, quindi riposa la taverna.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia.
Grande.
Haven't seen you in nearly half a year.
Ah, boia.
Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve
Quindi lei è una
personages like you
sorta
very
di
often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
alto borghese, diciamo così. Forse non una nobile, ma comunque persona
Thank
importante.
you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
How about our charcoal-baked agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some
però.
now.
Non so, quelle noci riperte di cioccolato. Tortini, sì, là ci sono McWrap o kebab. E poi ci sono cosci di pollo, qualcosa.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you...
Effettivamente.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I...
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, my younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was...
What?
Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Tanta roba.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do you know my... how do I explain this? You might not be able to understand.
Addirittura, beh, devastante come cosa.
I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen. But can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Teyvat.
Ok.
Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
Ok.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was
Ok.
the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible.
Care proprio.
Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able
Al
to
Gran
contribute.
Bazar.
But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu?
Grandissima
the one who sends
Nilu.
flowers to the estate?
Grande Nilu nazionale.
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed...
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear...
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people in...
Ci tocca. Raggiungi Gran Bazar. Pesca. Conosci... Ah no, pesca. Ho letto pesca, inteso come frutto. Pesca. Conoscere le abitudini di vita delle diverse specie di pesci è un'abilità molto importante. Si va lassù. E da dove passo? Ah, ok. Città di Sumeru. La la. Eccola.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Ok.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City.
So you're followers from another land?
Insomma.
That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sub-Zerus festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Forse.
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Andiamo, ci tocca. Siamo 15 metri. Così.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we were going to cancel all the stage.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely.
Contro l'arte, questa accademia.
We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zerus festival anymore. Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. With the Mora she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage.
È apparsa signora nella storia, è la signora, grandissima. Che poi non è una traduzione messa a caso, lei proprio si chiama la signora. Cioè, credo anche nella versione autoctona del gioco, che è cinese, credo sia proprio la signora.
It's our dream.
Magari è scritto con i loro simboli, però.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zerus, the most important performance at the Sub-Zerus festival.
La danza del Sub-Zero.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this
Oh,
holiday?
yeah.
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you too about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zerus festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful parisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared to the Divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered parisaras around.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real parisaras went extinct after.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth parisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers, but she ultimately can never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just 2 real parisaras on the stage. So, Traveler and Paimon, What do you think? Interested in the Sabzeruz festival?
All of
Abbastanza.
Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival. Besides, it's lesser...
So how about we all attend the Sabzeruz festival together?
Andiamo.
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sabzeruz festival.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
Andiamo a curiosare quindi noi. Ma è un cane. Voglio accarezzare il cane. Non posso accarezzare il cane. Mi fanno accarezzare il cane. Basta. Bocciato sto gioco. Non posso racimolare qualche... per la collei comunque.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an outlander?
Ma stanno cazzi mia bimba.
Did you know that the Sabzeruz festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. But the best part is when Ferris, the Night of Flowers,
antipatica e mi ha anche spoilerato mezza trama, brava. Non parlo più con te, basta. Poi c'è... Rimati.
Ah, dancing at the Sabzeruz festival. You know, I also danced when I was younger. As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all, and Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the goddess of flowers, the Sabzeruz festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefit.
La nostra amica, che non vedo come sia.
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and... I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks at the academia might not like it, but what's a festival without song and dance?
Questo sai cosa delle taglie di Sumeru? Ma che cannucci. No, invece è il manifesto.
Milu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes? I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that crown over there. Would you like to...
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that. Dunyarzad, You look absolutely stunning with it on.
Ma non è cambiato nulla.
Hey, is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine.
Attenzione, questo è sospetto.
Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa, break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
E invece...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie.
Lo stesso
day
film
after
di
day.
Fontaine, attenzione.
But take you two for example. You travel across Teyvat.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about his sister.
Yes, and you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true
È
value
Luca
lies.
Comics in pratica.
Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all. See you around.
Andrete, avete ricevuto la benedizione delle mie... Ok.
There's something really...
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Salve.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious? We'd love that.
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take...
Sounds like a plan.
La cittadella di
Let's
Rex.
head over to the Citadel of Rexar and wait for Dia.
Vedi, comunque sono tecnologici, hanno anche la porta e si apre da sola.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been—
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a sound...
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for
Arrabbiare.
Look, Dia's blushed.
Listen, you two.
Ah, un po' yanderina, via la
I
tizia.
don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord. Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And what?
I take it you all know each other already?
Per forza.
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Oz's for more info.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything?
Ruksha's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses. So people from all over... Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell him what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow...
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is... Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any other details for you, though. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia! And you too, Us! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub...
Andiamo, si va a Port Ormos.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't
Un
thank you
orefice
enough for
pure.
always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care?
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Let's get... We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia... Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item?
No, Paimon comunque beh, capacità investigativa eccezionali. Di deduzione comunque. Andiamo un po', te, dimmi cose.
Welcome, welcome. How can I help you too?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the academia ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to... Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the academia have it even Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos. So students... you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life...
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
Ok. Dove so? Origliamo.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein El Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 mora...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
I guess that makes sense. And the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. So, what's our plan?
Il piano è che mi devo un attimo sbrigare le mani. Prima. Poi.
Wait! Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind?
Il prezzo è giusto? È sicuro?
Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of mora.
Vabbè, tanto paga Paimon.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can...
Vi siete aspettati. Va bene.
Oh, you've arrived. Please take a seat.
Intanto ci facciamo uno spritz.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh, Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Addirittura. Non era morto.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Scusate voi.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it? Huh? What?
Oh! Sorry! He must have grabbed the wrong amount!
Lei ci ha provato.
You're doing? Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there.
Vabbè.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I 500 Mora, grazie.
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch
Aia.
destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Attenzione.
You again? Deranged act.
Yes, it's me again.
Oh, grande lui,
I already warned you
cazzo.
that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Haytham!
Tremendi,
What are
boh,
you playing at,
stronzi.
trying to ruin our business like this,
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Teyvat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting,
Madonna,
as it
tremendo,
will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp.
Okay.
Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Per esempio.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa.
Okay.
Did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Amorites running too. Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch him. He went that way! After him!
Quindi si va esattamente qui dentro, no, ha poco senso. Va dietro.
Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. All right. Goodbye.
Poche parole,
We still have something to ask you about. Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story.
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your...
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong. Weren't you saying...
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, we'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information...
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even know what it was? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what...
We know it's connected to the Academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too. What else?
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Ah, carissimo.
Huh? Paimon can't tell what it is.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. And anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules can—
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for— Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to Mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizen. Well, I think that about sums it up.
Sì.
Ah, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with—
Oh, non cocciuti.
Let's continue our conversation here.
Ci tocca.
If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant.
Ah, ho capito qual è.
Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to say. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulation. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for—
Why do you want us to meet with—
Until you complete this task, you don't have—
Tremendo.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address, and beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. Is that something we can learn quickly?
Non mangi.
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard.
Va bene? Come?
Here are two knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through element. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, however, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the Mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any Mora left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your
Matra?
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, The Academia has banned both their trade
La
and
sega.
possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time.
Ok.
Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikella Funduk.
È un Dorio.
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote... Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Latish.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy? What a unique palette. We have unripe Hara.
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe Hara fruits.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer...
Ma che dice la missione?
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru Rose means...
Aspetta un attimo, Ho delle mail da spostare. Poco male.
No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
No. Okay.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our Hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating Hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring sounds like a bad...
Would you like your Hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? I'm guessing that you're going for a more traditional packaging since this is your...
Wait a sec. Sumeru City style means we're only buying a few things. He won't take us to see...
Okay.
Ah, I'm sorry. But as things currently stand, we won't be...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a close...
Fatto apposta perché volevo aprire un attimo il foglio e ci ha dato shish. Dovrebbe essere... Che apriamo un po'... Ah no. Che cazzo è? Non è questo. Non è questo. Quale cazzo è la lettera di Shisha? Lettera di Godwing. Nell'abisso. Racconti della Nara. Che cazzo? Oh, eccola qui. Allora. Ok. Indossare. Ok. Ah, ok. Forse ho capito.
Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods, you look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style?
Port Ormos.
Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products. Okay. Everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the Matra! Run!
What?
Va bene.
The Matra? Where? I'll hate them said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant.
E si vola. Veda le guardie. Sempre che di guardie si tratta. Ancora. Saliamo.
If you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way.
Dalla.
Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right.
Ok.
Here, over here.
Eccola.
You can stop running now.
Ok.
So you were the one who
Sobria
was
la
calling
tipa.
out to us just now. But are we definitely gonna be safe?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing...
Oh, very good. Thank you. Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure that you... Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be serious enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, but it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora that you've been involved. Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a... I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business. So that's why I prefer to have It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge caps, as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course.
Vediamo.
Wow, She has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not in. Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of...
Yeesh. Who would want to be an expert in...
Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of... With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in nearly...
Ooh, now this sounds like it could be useful.
1 million Mora, and it's yours. No discounts.
Boia.
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price...
Alright, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
Tocca. Ok.
You've really got a good head on your shoulders, and quite the eye for quality.
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My oh my, you are blessed with taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more and more.
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we
Noctua
get a capsule
o
worth a whole
Lupus Minor. Boh, Noctua Lupus Minor. Dove sei? Aspetta. Lupus Minor è quella di Coso. È quella di Resor. Invece Noctua è... Oioia. Noctua dovrebbe essere quella di Oso. Noctua dovrebbe essere quella di Diluc. Esatto. Ma le secondarie, bene o male, te le fai fare entrambe subito, non so così. Però se vuoi fare prima quella di Diluc, quindi Noctua, e poi quella di Razor.
But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 Mora. If we spend just a little
Così intanto
more,
guardi
we
anche
can get
quanto
something
è
worth 1 million
potente
Mora.
Diluc.
Isn't that a fantastic deal? Think about it. We've
Che
gone
zitto
to all
zitto
this
lì a
trouble to get
coltivare
this
vino
canned
e
knowledge.
poi...
Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's Mora left, so let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent! Then please, select from this fine collection of canned knowledge over here.
Razor, ma tanto non te lo dà, non è che te lo fa sbloccare. Non te lo faceva sbloccare in quella maniera.
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we choose the ones from over there?
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million Mora each. I'm sure discerning
Non è apparso nu... Ah, ok.
Bad feeling about this.
Ora
Let's
sì.
use Elemental Sight again to check these.
Non c'hanno un cazzo.
So, what did you see? So they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the more has already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques,
birra.
the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword fighting techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right?
Che buono.
Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon, whether it's canned knowledge or...
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough.
E quindi
Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Al-Haytham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
allora si va a parlare con John Fritz. Tra l'altro non so se sta guardando il personaggio sto qui che ho davanti, con cui sto interagendo, dovrebbe diventare una sostanza sul main. Bene, bene, bene. Comunque lui all'Itan deve diventare un personaggio giocabile prima o poi.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcher won't come here.
Sì, all'Itan.
Okay, now, tell me how your encounter...
Okay, we did what you asked. So,
Ganzo si ispira. Come design è Ganzo.
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah. He just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumeru for a while now, but we still haven't met. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to the gods, we came here in case it turned...
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule. Use it, and you'll gain the wisdom...
Wow! There's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the Dendro Archon? Ooh, or how to find your sister?
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right here, in Port Ormos.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge... As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is still no victor. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed to reach a tentative agreement with several brigades. I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from Ain al-Ahmar.
They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the Academia tarnish their deity's soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. To that end, they've resorted to many methods more foul than fair in order to amass sufficient funds. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me. The divine knowledge capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid, and the prize will be covertly given to the winner. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the Matra's notice, the winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory.
Unless I know
Boh,
whose hands
sentirà
the
che
divine knowledge
lavori.
capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board now, the situation is different.
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out where the divine knowledge capsule is.
Yes, you can say that. But this arrangement harms none of us. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the divine knowledge capsule's whereabouts. If she has no information, if I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation?
Boh, quello che volevamo.
Then we'll meet up in 2...
Haytham, before you go, we actually bought enough...
You two want to try using a knowledge capsule? Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. What do you say we head to the outskirts of town?
Cazzo si va a fare ste cose, eh? Vado a piedi. Eccoci.
All right, this place works.
Here.
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
Grande Pema, anche affarista.
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, we can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your... There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry, I'll run statistical analysis...
Wow!
Ma fortissimo.
You must have been one of those guys at the... Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academia, right? So, why are you risking getting...
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity.
Sounds like you're trying to...
All right, let's begin the test.
Che devo fare? Ah.
Keep back!
I see everything.
Troppo forte.
All right. I'll link your account. The next step is to use this knowledge. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection.
Apri il tuo inventario, usa la capsula. Eccola. Usa. Ok.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Ok.
You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2.
Fortissimo.
Now, I'll start recording data.
Oh, Hatham, how's it going?
Well, the
insomma.
knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability. During...
Wait, how much?
Boia.
Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us! 1 million...
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce us. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is Mora for...
Sbloccato un achievement. No, vabbè, mi porta una sega.
I smell rabbit.
Allora, devo aspettare le 7 di domani all'altro. Perché non si può accelerare sta cosa? Almeno per ora.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where...
E quindi... Dory, carissima.
Here, over here! Welcome back, my loyal patron. You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need.
Can you really get us anything we want?
Aha! So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please, oblige me. Tell me what you... Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours, but you know, that kind of information... After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker...
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious. How you just happened...
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, as for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such
Vedi quanto vuole,
sterling
10
patrons.
miliardi.
Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased
Misery.
yesterday by a...
Ein El Ahmar? You mean the Eremites who worshipped King Deshret?
Ah, so you're already familiar. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. That Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing bright red. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took.
Thanks for the info, Dory.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were not in vain. Please.
Well, we figured out where the Divine
Un po'
Knowledge
faina, però.
Turns out, it ended up in the hands of...
Foto da transizione. Andiamo a vedere. Foto raffigurante. Ma non posso vedere la foto. Molto male.
Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham, we got the info you wanted.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites' transaction. But then, close enough to take a... All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain al-Ahmar. And the glowing red capsule he's holding appears to be the divine knowledge capsule.
È rossa questa.
In which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week...
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain al-Ahmar guys. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us the...
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations.
E se in realtà tutto questo non fosse stato un piano suo per raggirarci, chissà.
See you then.
Oh, Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be?
Infatti, aspetto.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head.
Yep, let's.
Il falo di Port Ormos. Che giù mi fa fa? Il giro merda. Vabbè. C'ho da nuoto, Faccio prima forse. Eccoci.
Oh, Haytham. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were
sono già qui
crazy enough to
pronti?
actually
Va
show
bene.
up.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might... This is turning into quite an occasion. I also...
Back up. Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out?
I più
Fine,
forti di
your
tutti.
funeral. I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Tocca alzare le mani, via.
Oh, here they come.
Ma posso da lui ora? No.
Everyone hold hands.
Avete rotto il cazzo. E zitti.
Academia scum.
Luridi membri, poi sono linguaggi forti però,
Boss, finally.
Oh madonna, lui che cazzo è sto?
Did you use it? Great. Now we can. Boss?
Madonna, che stato è? Ok. Fortissimo. No! Sì, ma all'inverso l'ha assorbito l'ambizione. No!
We have to cut his Akasha connection now.
Inizia a flexare.
Target acquired. Arrest him.
Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Ok. Ma tremendo, tremendo, mano lesta. Ok.
What in Tibet just happened?
It looks like he used the divine knowledge capsule.
You mean the divine knowledge capsule did that to him?
A proposito.
Yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane if...
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation. This divine knowledge capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom or power. Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the divine knowledge capsule back too. What a shame. We were so close.
E invece...
Still, Paimon didn't expect the divine knowledge capsule would be so dangerous.
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos.
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the divine knowledge capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member...
Truthfully, I don't.
Hmm.
Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to desire to make contact with the deity herself anyway.
Everything about Lesser Lord Kusanali is such a...
I'm heading back to the Academia. How about you?
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good.
Un po' di svago ci vuole. Hai ragione.
Part ways here, Alhaitham. Until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report?
I miei superiori, attenzione. Cosa ci nascondi all'Aitam? Sapevo che... nascondi qualcosa. E se ne va.